time to actually start the countdown. Well, we have started the countdown already, and it's just 6 days to go for the News9 Global Summit to be held in Stuttgart. Let's tell you all that the News9 Global Summit is about. And for all those of our regular viewers who have been watching News9 for at least a year, you know that our News9 Global Summit Germany edition is an annual affair. And this year, the second edition of the Germany Summit will be held in Stuttgart on October 9th and 10th. And well, this year, we also have a much wider scope. News9 Global Summit has become pan-Germany. So we are indeed going to multiple cities across the country, starting all the way from Berlin on Monday, followed by Munich on Tuesday, Karlsruhe on Wednesday, and then finally Thursday, October 9th, the big day when the grand finale, the mega conclave, the News9 Global Summit Germany edition kicks off in Stuttgart. Well, as always, we will be joined by industry captains as well as policy makers who will converge on brainstorming sessions on how best to take forward the India-Germany trade relations, and especially coming at the heels of the India-EU FTA, which just yesterday Commerce Minister Piyush Goyal said is likely to be signed by the month of December. It's also the 25th year of strategic partnership between India and Germany, and that is going to be on display at the News9 Global Summit. Now, what do we have in terms of content at the News9 Global Summit? Well, the themes this year are as relevant as they can be, and this is something that we just heard Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman also talk about, the disruptions in trade caused by United States. So one of the biggest panels that we have in store for you on October 9th is around free trade agreements as well as tariff wars. The India-Germany advantage. What are those advantages that India and Germany can play to their strengths on? Well, joining us this morning is somebody who you would see in Stuttgart as well with us. We have Mr. Sachchidanand Shukla, Group Chief Economist at Larsen & Toubro, joining us this morning. Sachchidanand Shukla, good morning. Thank you so much for your time. We are looking forward to meeting you in person in Germany as well. But first up, we just heard Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman saying that the disruptions, the uncertainties which are being caused in the world may not be temporary, but could be structural transformations. Your opening thoughts, sir, on what is it that India and Germany can do together to aid the India-EU FTA, and thereafter, of course, make a bridge which has the potential to offset all the uncertainty and the disruptions that we are seeing in the world?
Thank you, and looking forward to the summit. And as we know, the global trade architecture and rules of the game are being appended as we speak. Economic warfare is the new normal, and the world is now engaged in a scramble for economic security that is redrawing the geopolitical maps and is ending globalization as we know it. And in this context, if you look at India-Germany trade and commerce relationship, I think it has got a significant potential for growth, and it can be driven by the shared values. We have significant, scope in terms of market access, trying to reorient resilient trade policies, and India and Germany can leverage on each other's strengths and promote innovation, tech transfer, and the two countries can actually shape the next era of global commerce and promote mutual growth and development. As far as what can be done, I think because Germany is India's largest European trade partner and the ninth overall, and then there is significant traction already, I think things that can be worked upon are enhanced market access. We can work on crafting resilient trade policies. We can work on innovation and technology and foster strategic partnerships between the corporates and the businesses of both the countries. Back to you.
Mr. Shukla, I have another question for you, and this is around the potential stumbling blocks that could act as impediments to both trade as well as potentially the FTA from coming through. One, of course, happens to be the fact that India continues to buy Russian oil, and that is something which has become something of, what one could call perhaps a bone of contention, not just with the US, but also with the European Union's might and the common interest of India and EU tied over these potential stumbling blocks.
So like I said, this is an era where there is economic warfare that is on. We don't know as we speak whether it is just the Russian oil which is a problem. Is it India or India's buying of Russian oil which is a bigger problem, or is it Russia that is the bigger thing that the US policies are trying to tackle? I think we don't have very clear answers. Is it India's trade policies? Is it only buying oil? Until and unless we are able to really have a handle on that, it will be very difficult to argue either ways. And the second part of your question, you said oil and the other bit. Sorry, I lost that reference. Could you just repeat that? So oil definitely is a stumbling block. CBAM, of course, has been a bone of contention for a fairly long period of time. But I think what I would want to say at this point in time is that the say policymakers, businesses have been actually attuned to tackling this problem, and I'm sure going forward we'll find ways of resolving both of these issues. But as we speak, these remain stumbling blocks in the progress going forward.
All right, Mr. Shukla, you're talking about policy makers as well as businesses, and we will have a whole galaxy of those, and of course you as well speaking at that mega conclave. So thank you so much for your input on that very important story, and we will see you in Germany. And to all our viewers, next week is the big week when the News9 Global Summit Germany edition 2025 kicks off.